This is a response to Jason, who makes awesome videos, and I'll link him below. He recently talked about how native English speakers are at such an advantage in the world that it ends up becoming a disadvantage. We have no real reason to learn a second language because our first is so widely accepted throughout the world. I study Spanish at school and I'm in my 5th year of the language, which means I'm proficient but not fluent. My written Spanish is excellent, but my oral Spanish is not very good. That's just the way they teach us at school. They teach us a lot about reading and writing Spanish and less about speaking and listening, and I'm not really okay with that, but I don't really have a choice. I mentioned before that I went to Spain for a homestay 2 summers ago. While I was there, I lived with a host family and I attended international school for classes in the morning and excursions in the afternoon. The goal of the trip was immersion, but I probably spent half the time speaking English. I spent a lot of time with other students from the international school who came from Sweden and France as well as America and Canada. Those people spoke better English than they did Spanish. English was their second language and Spanish was their third, so naturally they wanted to communicate in English. Our easiest way to communicate, however, was not actually helpful for helping me practice my second language. Also, anytime I went to a shop or a cafe in Spain, I would initiate the conversation or the transaction in Spanish, and frequently I got a response in English. They could tell I wasn't a native Spanish speaker, and I understand why they responded in English to make my communication easier and more comfortable, but it diminished the value of the trip for me because I wasn't able to attain immersion. I can't go somewhere and experience immersion fully because I speak English. This is truly the curse of the English speaker. We have fewer opportunities and less motivation to be bilingual because the rest of the world is bilingual for us. I can go to nearly any country in the world and find someone who speaks my native language, and other people don't have that luxury. In that way, I'm lucky, but I feel like I'm less worldly and educated because of that. If you're a person who doesn't care about learning languages, being a native English speaker rocks. But if you're a person who wants to communicate with other people in the world, you should be able to be bilingual, and unfortunately, it seems like English speakers kind of can't be bilingual. Or at least it's increasingly difficult to be bilingual because there's less opportunity for us to do so. The benefits of second languages are incredible, and I can't help but feel like I'm missing out on something. I'll see you tomorrow.